Hey everyone, this is Julian from the Binary Lab and the Forex Lab. As you know, the Euro USD broke 1.12 in the last 2 days, and in case you're looking around for ideas on how to trade it, this is what I'm going to discuss this week. So, I'm going to point you out on the things to look out for regards to Euro USD, and basically what kind of things to look out for. And if you are trading Euro USD as a binary options trader or a forex trader, you're going to get some ideas watching this video. So in the meantime, let's head over to the charts. All right, news streaming page. And actually, there are two good sources of news that I like to look at. One would be investing.com and one is myfxbook.com. So basically what I would suggest that you do is go and get some ideas. And I immediately know from here that, you know, um, the markets are waiting to gauge ECB policy stance. I know some of you who follow my channel come from different parts of Middle East or Asia, and English may not be your first language. So you don't really need to read the whole article at times, although the articles are all generally very short, like 200 words. But sometimes you just look at the headings, it's going to give you some idea of what to do. So from what I gather over there, okay, I can also see the USD CHF is retesting the 200-hour moving average. So that actually means a 200 MA applied to the 1 hour chart. Okay, over here I can gather that the Euro USD exchange rate sinks as the ECB rate cut fears a rise. Okay, so a couple of things happening here. Um, and basically this feed is constantly updated. So I look at one or two different feeds to get some ideas of what to do. If you haven't already started looking at this stuff, I highly recommend that you do. So over here it says there's some technical analysis, but generally I like to do my own. So it's the lowest since May 31st at ICE 111. Okay, now let's head over to the charts. Of course, you can come to these links, like I said, myfxbook.com. Go to the streaming forex news page. You can click on them for more details. Investing, you can go in there and get some idea on what to do. And investing, one good thing to do as well is, let's say, if you trade forex, you can just go over to forex, and then with that, it's gonna come out with a bunch of tabs, and you can simply, um, type in the search and pull up some information, and you can just get news specific to a certain pair and get some ideas on what to do. But I'm gonna be sharing with you what to do anyways in this video. So um, this is an account that, I mean, in the last few days, if you've been following my Facebook page, it's facebook.com/ForexLabOfficial. I've just been, giving you updates about this. I've been talking about guiding you step by step onto reaching that your biggest trade, your biggest manual trade, because many people tend to lose big, win small. Or should I say, win small, lose big. So the whole goal is to teach you how to win big and lose small. Okay, so I'm going to run you through some trades that are doing really well. There's a New Zealand USD trade that is doing well, and this is also because of the correlation, or rather what's happening with the strengthening of the USD. So right now it is in a region, I mean, this is a region of HNS, okay, head and shoulders. It doesn't have to be spot on with the drawing. It can be a little bit higher, it can be a bit lower, but generally that's the anticipated action. So that's what's happening for New Zealand USD. What I like to do typically is to get an idea on a few different pairs, so I can see that, okay, in the H4 chart, this can go a lot, this can drop a fair bit. Look at Aussie USD to get some ideas as well on what what's happening. And I think it's about in that it's in that pullback zone that it can come back for HNS. This is on the lower boundary of a HNS. Any lower than this, and it's just going to go all the way down. It's going to go all the way in the reversal. So right now it is in some range where it can kind of like break through to the downs. Some people may even think that this is a reversal area, and you're not wrong to think that at all. Okay. Um, but it is to a greater extent, it's still within a point where it can still make a HNS somewhat. But even if it does, what's the next step? Well, yeah, it could actually drop. So, getting some ideas from the pairs that are very highly correlated to the Euro USD, and okay, there's this one, and the other one that I'm looking at would be. I usually also like to refer to USD JPY. Okay, so this one moves very opposite to the Euro USD. So if that is going to be dropping, if the USD is going to be strengthening against those ones, it should also be strengthening against the yen. Okay, but it's kind of like midway. I think it's very tentative right now. And so that actually tells me that perhaps it is looking out for some events. Okay, so they're going to take me to the economic calendar tab and to see what's one of the high key events. New home sales is just a week in, week out thing. It's not really a big deal. Okay, so we have some key events to look at. That's going to be tomorrow, the ECB interest rate and deposit rate decision. So it's already some talks about lowering the interest rate to increase the consumer spending. It's going to be a policy statement and a press conference. Here's some of the things to look out for. So at this point of time, actually yesterday I did have a position in Euro USD, but I've currently just I'm just waiting for more signs because like right now, um, as you can see, there's a very small period of consolidation here that is still it has to break out of, so we can actually kind of straddle this. But at the same time, when I zoom out, I see that I start to see a little zone that is going to challenge. Okay, so um, I see that there is this May low that it can actually go to challenge. I'm gonna go with the H4 chart. All right, so our immediate area to look at for a bounce is going to be around the 111.17 area. Okay, and going beneath that is going to look at around the round figure of 111. I do not think it is going to go beyond that because that will indeed be quite some movement. Okay, so we have one boundary over there, and the next lower boundary is going to be the 111 zone. So let's get a look on that. Now, what's very crucial at this stage is what's going to happen at this point. Okay, is it going to turn up with an engulfing? Is it going to form a pin bar? That is very crucial at this stage, because if we get a higher low here, okay, that actually means that um, it is the end of a downtrend. Okay, the fact that over here has a similar level high tells us that we are currently in a consolidation. It's very important for this one to have a higher low, and that is going to be our first step to establishing that where our resistance is going to be. And then beyond that, it's going to be even more important to establish a higher high than this one. So a higher high than here is very, very important right now. So let me just mark that out. A higher high than 114 is very important. But having said that, between where the market stands now and 114, can I say that we have considerable range to trade? So, I mean, I'm just giving you a hint, and I'll be showing you in step-by-step guide inside of the Forex learning group how we can take advantage of this, because there's 300 pips of opportunity right here. Okay, so there's 300 pips of opportunity that we can take advantage of right here, and if we don't do that, I mean, like, I mean, we don't really need for it to go higher than 114 to make serious pips. And I can identify that this is probably going to be the setup that many of you will get your first 250 pips set up, and that is going to be a huge one. And it all depends on whether we can establish, a bottom here. Actually, any kind of a bottom, we will establish, a nice amount of range. Okay, because once this bottom is fixed, even if it's here, even if it's a bit lower, there's going to be a big amount of movement. So we need to find that, and I'm going to be walking you through for those of you who are in the Forex learning group. So if you wish to learn how to take advantage of this setup, you definitely want to head over to my Facebook page. Check out my previous post um, that had a lot of descriptions and emojis in it. Basically, the one about me walking you through your first 250 pip trade. I think we can find it here on this pair. If not this pair, a correlated pair. There's a lot of opportunity to be had here. And beyond that, if we get into a trade here, okay, there is that possibility that we can take it beyond 250 pips, 300 pips. We could possibly even have something that's worth 500, 700 pips on our hands over here. So that is huge. And if it goes to the downside, okay, the downside possibility is very, I mean, there is a possibility, but I say it's very slim. Why is it very slim? Because right now, the reason why selling happens in a market, okay, selling happens for a few different reasons. Why do people exchange currencies? Out of necessity to operate their business, but at the same time, out of necessity, daily exchanges is only going to cause movements like this, okay, small daily fluctuations. What is it that drives the huge movements? Okay, it's all about supply and demand. So this is something that I teach in detail in my group as well, and that's what all these levels are. They are supply and demand levels. So there's actually a lot of people, okay, all this area, okay, are areas of supply, but now there's a large area of demand that's been created and is there for like about 2 months right now. 2 months, there is 2 months of um, demand building up, okay? And if people are sitting out at the moment, don't you think at some point they will step in? So, like I said, we're looking for some confirmations over here, and we should see some big movements. Simultaneously, if it should break lower than here, okay, there are a couple of things to look out. Like I said, there is the events. There are a couple of ECB events here, and even next week, okay, next week there's going to be FOMC. Okay, BOJ of course is going to have some gravity on it because USD JPY is a highly traded pair. Okay, and so European GDP, that could actually do something to it as well, as FOMC press conference about a week from now. Okay, so this Thursday, next Thursday, all very important. Okay, so nonetheless, I'm going to be guiding you through this, and in the meantime, I want to show you in the New Zealand USD trade, this currently is is about 80 pips already. I expect that we can pick up probably about 100 from this, depending on when it's going to reverse. Obviously, I already have an exit point which really locks in a lot of profit. So as it is right now, okay, this is about 81 pips of profit, and then if we exclude a certain area, we're already locking in about 64 pips. And I want to compare that in terms to our initial stop. So this compared to the initial stop level is already about 3 times. Okay, it's already a 3 to 1. So this is the way that I like to trade inside of the Forex Learning Group, which I teach you guys how to do big trades like this, like not like chicken was like wussing out of trades when they're premature, but to actually teach you how to hold the correct opportunities to very, very huge pips. If that's what you want, head over to my Facebook page, facebook.com/forexlabofficial, and hit the message button and type in Forex Learning Group, and my admin is going to get you the information how to get started. In the same time, I'm also working up an automatic reply system. They will help you get started even if my admin has not come to the computer yet. So head over to the Forex Lab page on Facebook right now, facebook.com/forexlabofficial. If you haven't done so, like the page and send in a message to the admin about getting started. Bye for now.